Yo, I love that interlude. Been a great day here at Ab Stupid Studios with your boy Big Vern. We covered Georgia being super suspect versus Kentucky, a team that just got blew out 7 days ago on their own field, and how they were in a life and death situation in that game. Then we talked about Curt Cignetti and the Indiana Hoosiers rolling up and beating down the Bruins in Brentwood, because that was the beat down in Brentwood, and it got ugly fast. Then we pivoted. We went to the ACC, talked some Norville and what's wrong and why FSU can't fire him and why they may be stretched financially all over the place. Then we talked about Wake Forest getting baptized at home versus Ole Miss. So like I say, check those out. Great segments. We're going to close this thing out with the one and the only Coach Prime. It's Coach Prime. As you all know, I've said it so many times on this channel, I do not like covering Deon Sanders, because either way, you're going to find yourself at the end of a buzzsaw. You're going to find yourself on the receiving end, no matter what your criticism may be of his football program. You're just talking about the program. You're not talking about him. You're not talking about the cult. You're saying, okay, from a football standpoint, this is horrendous. Right now, he's 2-1. He's 2-1. He's where he was a year ago. And a lot of people, that's what they don't understand. This same Colorado State team that they played last year, that was 35-43. And that game came down to overtime. That game came down to overtime last year, where he had to go ahead and pull out all the stops to go ahead and get that victory. This year was a different story in that chapter. Deon was able to hold them to 131 yards in rushing. He was able to go ahead and limit them only to 17 first downs. Third down conversion. 15 times Colorado State was put in that position. They only converted 4 times. Again, if you're going to say you're going to give him hell for the way he loses and everything, you have to give him heaven for the way that they win. And this is a sign, to me at least, that they are turning the curve. They're not just trying to outscore you and make this interesting. Now, he is in prime time against Baylor this week coming. But looking here, you have to be encouraged of what you saw. If you're a football fan, like I said, the Buffalo faithful that follow this program, they have to feel encouraged about what took place in an in-state rivalry where they were dismantling Colorado State. That I can't believe State went for it. They were in a 4th down position. They went for it 6 times. And they converted 5 times. That's bad, because that's going to keep that defense out there on the field. 10 penalties, 94 yards. If you're going to play sound football from beginning to end, you got to cut those numbers in half. And that's Colorado State. Like I said, we haven't gotten to Colorado yet. We just went down State Street. 2 fumbles, 2 interceptions. You can't beat a team like that if you're going to make those costly mistakes and those bonehead penalties. For every advancement that you made on those fourth downs, having these penalties, you're giving them that yardage back. And you're wearing your guys down because you're not playing clean. You can't get off the field. You can't really get going because every time you have to start, stop. Okay, 5 yards here, 5 yards there, start, stop. 10 yards here, 10-yard penalties. It becomes a system of ridiculousness. Give me a quick 20 from an unofficial sponsor of the show. This is Big Vern. Drop the spot. Yes, McDonald's. I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Order online. Download the app or visit the good folks at your local McDonald's. I'm loving it. So when we last left off, we were talking about it really felt good for Coach Prime and the bunch to get this win because it's not only that they needed this win, it's how they won. 310 yards through the air, 100 yards in rushing on the ground. That's going to take a lot of pressure off Shedeur to develop that run game. But that O-line has got to develop also. Like I say, it wasn't broke overnight. It's not going to be fixed overnight. But these are encouraging signs, to say the least. 23 first downs. 23 first downs. That is phenomenal. That's keeping the opponent on the field and really milking this clock and taking everything it can. I'm talking about you're taking it from them. Third down conversion. The Buffalo, they were put in this position 11 times. They converted 5 times. That number needs to be higher. But again, this is a good starting point. I am one of these people. We are fair. When Deon does something absolutely stupid and boneheaded, we do criticize him. But when he does things right and the coaching staff, they win the right way, we have to go ahead and give him the same amount of heaven as we give him the same amount of hell. It is only fair. Fumbles. There's 2 things that you look at from this performance. Again, take nothing away from them. They had everything going right for them. The mojo, the sauce, everything was working, and I'm on your side. However, 12 penalties for 115 yards. That has to stop. You cannot continue to rank up all of these penalty yards. It's just not going to benefit the team. It's just not going to work out. You have to hold these kids accountable. Some of this, I get it. You got a guy jumping off sides. He's really hyped up about beating the in-state rivals. Crowds going crazy. Okay, he jumped the snap count. Unnecessary roughness, roughing the passer. You got hands to the face, pass interference. All of these are fatigue fouls or embarrassment. You're getting embarrassment penalties. Now you want to retaliate because you're feeling some certain way. We'll get into the players who had very good games from Colorado when we come back from a quick 20. From a rap album we're promoting this month. Drop the spot. I know you ain't gonna believe this, but we got another rap album we're promoting this month. LL Cool J, The Force, in stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My favorites on the album is Spirit of Cyrus, Saturday Night Special, Black Code Suite, Passion, and The Vow. Many more. LL Cool J, The Force, in stores now. Yeah, shout out to James Todd. I'm completely digging The Force. So when we last left off, we talked about the players from Colorado that was having a very, very good game Saturday. And Shador Sanders, 49 times they dialed it up, 36 completions, 310 yards, and 4 touchdowns. He is always going to make our quarterbacks to keep an eye on when we go down that list, and we always release that list so you don't get into this whole these guys are this, these guys are that. No, you know where everybody's at. Then Michael Welch, nine times, 9 touches, 65 yards, no touchdowns. I mean, he played really well, really well. Then you got a couple of guys out there like Isaiah Augustave, and he had 6 touches for 31 yards. Charlie Alfredahi, he had 2 touches for 16 yards. I mean, the running back room was serviceable. It's a running back by committee. There's no one dominant back that's got a lot of touches. It just seemed like they spreaded it out. I mean, the high touch count was 9. Through the air, Travis Hunter is no joke. 13 grabs, 100 yards, and 2 scores. Behind him, they had LaJohntay Wester, five grabs, 2 touchdowns, 80 yards was on his tally. And then you had Will Shepard, 7 grabs, 61 yards, no scores. And they had 6 to 7 guys in double-digit catches and yards. Well, double-digit yardage. I got to go ahead and tip my hat to Deon Sanders and the coaching staff, because they've been put through a lot of hell, being one of the most, like I said, having one of the highest payrolls in college football. What he was able to go ahead and do, I see the growth. I see that it is getting better, because like I say, this same opponent last year, they had to go into overtime to beat this opponent. It was nowhere close to doing that this time around for the Buffaloes and the Buffalo faithful. I mean, other than the first quarter, they really didn't score again until the fourth quarter, where they put up 6 points. That's it. The defense done their job. And you almost got out of Deon Sanders and the Buffaloes 4 consecutive corners of competent football. Again, I got nothing bad to say about it. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to their fan base. We hope everything works out. They have Baylor. They're in the primetime game this weekend. He could actually end up, he's 2-1 right now. He could actually end up 3-1, and then he would be a game closer to winning more games this year than he won last year. So shout out to him. But well, that's the show. So thank you to everybody for subscribing, sharing, and liking the content. Enjoy your afternoon and your evening, and we will be back on Wednesday. This your boy